All right. So Wing Chun, Monday, June 22nd. Here we go. Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indonesian, French and Dog Brothers, Japanese. Okay. So what I really wanted to spend some time on today was orange belt or orange sash, and start getting some of those requirements. We've been spending hey Conrad, we've been spending an awful lot of time on yellow sash, which is good, and we have all that, and everybody can continue moving forward. My policy is just I don't believe in hidden curriculum. I don't believe in secret curriculum. I don't believe in, I need a minimum of 5 years and then I can start giving you the good stuff. I don't agree. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody who has that kind of mindset. Like, let's get you moving in the direction that you should be moving. Okay. So, we're gonna move and delve into some orange belt stuff here, okay? And then I'll bring Simo Jean in to help me, so you can at least see what we're working on. So get into your stance, okay? We're gonna kind of learn both sides of this by ourselves so that we can start working on it. If you left Jop Sao and then Hun Sao, your partner is going to meet, and I'll show you we'll do the other side in a moment. Your partner is going to Tan Sao, Gum Sao. Here, you're going to fire this right BUG and this left BUG. Okay, and that's one side. Then, sorry, did we start on? Let me go right. We'll go right Jop Sao, Hun Sao. There we go. That's the right. And then we Hun into this kind of Bong Sao, BUG, BUG. Okay, so Jop, Hun into kind of a Bong Sao, BUG, BUG. Jop, Hun, BUG, BUG. Jop, Hun, BUG, BUG. Jop, Hun, BUG, BUG. Okay, so, and then the other side. So if we left Tan Sao and then we turn that into a Gum Sao because we got descended, we're just going to kind of ride, okay? Then you're going to have Tan Sao, Jut Sao. So you're doing everything with that left hand. And then our right hand, Tan, it gets hooned into this Gum Sao, Tan, Jut. Okay, so try to visualize it, and then I'll bring Simo Jean in a moment, right? So if the right hand Jop Sao from the other side that we learned is coming in, yeah, boom, here's my Tan Sao to meet that line. And remember, we're in the drills mode. So our goal, both of our goals, both sides, is to hold center line. That person is going to hoon, and we're gonna end up with this in kind of a Gum Sao on their Bong Sao. Then they're gonna thread that first BUG, which we're gonna cut off with another Tan Sao, and they're gonna thread that second BUG, which we're gonna cut off with a Jut Sao, right? And so then the other side, they're firing that left Jop Sao. So here's our Tan Sao to meet it. They hoon, and we stick with this Gum Sao, right? Kind of onto their Bong Sao, sort of a structure. Then they BUG underneath, and we cut the first one off with a Tan. They BUG again, and we cut the second one off with the Jut Sao. Okay, so that's both sides. And again, we're, as an organization, in all aspects at this point, I'm trying to create materials that will work for everybody in every situation. So if you're solo, you need to know how to Jop, Hoon, BUG, BUG, Jop, Hoon, BUG, BUG. That's one side. The person who does the Jop Sao is actually the one who initiates the rep of the drill. The receiver intercepts that jop sao with a ton sao. They get their hand caught in the hoon sao, but they just stay attached and they gum. Okay, and then the first BUG comes in and we're going to ton, and the second BUG comes in and we're going to jut. And then on the other side, same thing, right? We intercept the left jop sao with our right ton sao. They start to hoon and we just stay attached into this gum sao. We ton the first BUG and we jut the second BUG. All right, and again, trying to have a way so that everybody in every possible circumstance can train and have materials to follow along with, all right? But if I'm being completely frank with you, like last week, and I again, honesty and transparency, I started doing some of the drills that we're actually gonna go learn today with and without a partner in the air, and I haven't done them in the air, I don't think the whole time I've been with Sifu, and I started to do one or two of them I think I did incorrectly, and then I had to fix myself. So this is good for me as well as an instructor, because normally, oh, I'm in Wing Chun hour, let me grab a partner, boom, and it would look like this, and everybody got it, okay, great, grab a partner now, oh, you're odd, okay, let me work with you for the 3 minutes while we're practicing, or you three, you know, triangle and give it a shot. But we're living in a different time. So I have to have different options for you to be able to work this material, okay? So I'm gonna bring Simo Jean in. She's gonna leave her watch and her ring aside. And so what would this look like with a partner? So if I shoot this jop sao in, and here's her ton sao. As I circle this, she ends up with the gum sao, right? And now I'm gonna fire this. She's in her ton sao, and I'm gonna fire this, and that's her jut sao. That's what would that would look like. Okay, and once again, I always say the same thing. She always makes a face. She has an amazing background in movement. We just don't necessarily train together. So I'm appreciative having another person, right? So we go here, and she's gonna, that's my job and her ton. I hoon this into the gum sao, right? And now I fire this underneath, and this sets up her ton. I fire this second one, and that sets up her juts out, okay? And we'll switch roles in just a moment. I think the other configuration is what we had practiced. I couldn't remember. Just stay here. But I was just having this conversation with another one of my students. Knock on wood. Hopefully things will get going, you know, again soon. But a lot of people are always going to remain training with me at a distance. And if you're in one of the membership areas like both of you gentlemen are, what's it going to look like for some of these advanced techniques if no offense, the person that's available to me doesn't regularly, for example, train Wing Chun? Well, it might look like exactly what I was just showing you, where you're talking it through and putting the person in the proper positions, because it's all about you demonstrating your proficiency. So if you can do that, we're gonna do the same rules, okay? If you can do this on somebody where you, nice and slow, I do jop sao and she does ton sao, and then I hoon and she stays attached, and now she's doing her gum sao, and then I fire this BUG, she would do a ton sao, good, and then I fire this BUG, and then she would do her jut sao, okay? Is that as good necessarily, and Conrad, I can see you have a partner and we'll get some reps, give me 1 second. Is that as good as we're all training together face-to-face in a Wing Chun class weekly? No, that's not as good. That's the ultimate, but it's still not bad. It's better than not being able to do it at all. Okay, so, and that's not me lowering my standards. That's me, this is where we're at. I got to innovate. I got to innovate around where we're actually at, not where I wish we were at. So that might be an option. Okay, so now she's going to drop sow in. Yep, and I go here. So here's my ton sow. She's going to start to circle, and I stick with my gum sound. We'll do this from both angles for you. She's going to fire her BUG underneath, and I'm going to cut it off with my tonsau. She's going to fire her second BUG, and I'm going to cut that off with my jutsau. So now we'll make everything even easier for you because I'll call which hand we're doing it with, okay? So she's going to right jopsau, freeze, which sets up my left tonsau. And remember, we're in our stance, we're full front. There's no body angulation possible. It's all about dominating center line. Her left hand is going to start to hewn, and she's going to end up in a bong sao structure. I'm going to end up with my gum sao structure. Now, very important here. I don't want to be here. I want to come in. I'm trying to hold center line. She fires her right BUG outside of my arm, and I do my right tonsau, and then underneath that, she fires her left BUG, and that sets up my right jutsau. So let's do that again for you. We'll change sides just so you can see everything, okay? So this is with, I'm the receiver and my partner is the feeder, because the feeder is the person who's going to initiate with jopsau, hunsau, okay? So she's going to right, super slow motion. We're not even really trying to hit each other. Let's say I didn't do anything. Go. She's not going to hit me, okay? Because we're training. And this is more like a two-person form than it is even light sparring right now, okay? So she fires her her right jopsau, and I do my left tonsau. And again, this is a fight for center line. We're both trying to be on our center line. She starts her hunsau, which I'm going to stick to and respond with my gum sao. Again, this is her right bong sao now and my left gum sao still, and hold for 1 second. Remember, don't flare this. Use your gum sao to hold center line. She fires her left BUG, freeze, and that sets up my left tonsau. She fires her right BUG, and that sets up my left jutsau. Now we switch sides. She starts with freeze, perfect. She starts with her left jopsau, which sets up my right tonsau. She hoons, and we're going to end up on center line. It's her left bong sao with my right gum sao. Freeze again. Don't flare that elbow. Hold center line. Okay? Underneath, beautiful. She fires freeze. Her right BUG, and I cut it off with my right tonsau. And then underneath, she fires her left BUG, and I cut that off with my right jutsau. We're going to do another set here, and then we're going to switch roles here so that you can get both sides, okay? So another set of her as the feeder, me as the receiver. She fires her right jopsau, and here's my left tonsau. She does a right hunsau, and I roll with it into my left gum sao, occupying center line by not flaring my elbow. She fires her left BUG, freeze, and I intercept with my left tonsau. She fires her right BUG, and I intercept with my left jutsau. Nice. That's it. And now we're going to start again. So her right jopsau is intercepted with my right tonsau. She does a left hunsau, which sets up this gum sao, bong sao. Her left bong sao, my right gum sao. She fires her right BUG and I ton. She fires her left BUG and I jut. Okay? So we're going to stay on this side and we're going to switch roles though. Okay? And once again, we rehearsed with Simo Jean as the feeder with the Jopsao. So I'm kind of walking her through what she's doing. We didn't really rehearse her as the receiver. But once again, for the two of you gentlemen, for anybody watching, this is not a bad skill when we think about testing at a distance if you don't have a partner who is your regular Wing Chun training partner, okay? So super quick again, she'll be right back. Let's review both roles, right? So left Jopsao, left Hoon into a left Bong Sao, right BUG, left BUG. Right Jopsao, right Hoon into this Bong Sao. Your partner would be in the Gum Sao. Left BUG, right BUG. Okay? And then the receiver role. Left Ton Sao. You kind of just, it's not a Hoon that you're doing, it's a Hoon that you're riding into this left Gum Sao. And then sync on that line to a Ton Sao, and then sync on that line to a Jut Sao. Let me just do the other side in the air with them, and then we'll bring you right. It'll take 30 seconds here, then we'll bring you right back, okay? So the left Jop Sao is coming in. We right Ton, we ride the Hoon Sao into a Gum Sao, and again, a Gum Sao that occupies center line, not a Gum Sao that does that, okay? Into Ton, into our Jut, okay? So bring Simo Jean back in. You are over here. You're the feeder now. No, I'm sorry. I'm the feeder. You're the receiver. So, and again, I'm going to just walk you through this. So this is your Ton Sao, right? Boom. I circle that. You just kind of ride until you have this, and you want your arm bent perfect so that you're occupying center line. Now, if I'm feeding you properly, all you have to do is just, without moving that, just turn that palm up into the original position. Beautiful. Good. And now as I feed you, all you're going to do, look at my hand, go from here to this. You just kind of sink it, yeah, like this sideways. That's it. And you just sink it. Okay? Now we're going to go on the other side. Okay? So it's your left Ton Sao. So you have this palm up position. The only tension is in your thumb. These fingers are nice and relaxed. And you're going to ride this circling motion to the outside. Good. And you're here. Okay? Now, as I shoot this, again, rotate this hand into that palm up position. Boom. Good. And from this palm up position, go palm to your side and sink the heel of your hand. That's it. To cut that off, okay? So now we're gonna call it, and I'm still gonna correct her, but Conrad, you're working with a partner, so we'll get both sides going. Ivan, you can just continue working on this in the air, and everybody wins and everybody progresses. So my left Jop Sao, her right Ton Sao. Beautiful. My left Hoon Sao into her right Gum Sao. I fire my right BUG. She does her right Ton Sao. Nice. I fire my left BUG and she does her right Jut Sao. That's the one. Nice. Okay, now we're switching sides. My right Jop Sao intercepted by her left Ton Sao. Good, and then just have this hand up like that. Nice job. I circle this, yeah, and she stays attached, okay? So left Gum Sao, her left Gum Sao, my right BUG. I fire my left BUG and she does her left Ton Sao. I fire my right BUG and she does her left Jut Sao. That's it. Okay? So I'll bring Simo Jean back a little bit later. Whenever you work these drills with Sifu Fong, he has a very funny expression, like he might have just done the Jop Sao and you're the Ton Sao person. But this is a really important point. So you're frozen in this moment, and he'll point to your hand and he'll say, "What's your name?" And the trick answer, the wrong answer is Ton Sao. He goes, no. That's close. Your name is elbow, because you're focused on your elbow position. Your elbow position gives your Ton Sao everything. Gives it its structural integrity, gives it its ability to hold the line. I would almost say, if I'm interpreting Sifu properly, the extension of this hand is incidental. The real strength, the power, comes from the elbow. And it's the same thing as you move into your Gum Sao, and then as you go to the other Ton Sao and the Jut Sao. It's all about that structural integrity. Okay, and it's the same thing. I jop in, and note, where'd my elbow go? Boom, I jopped in, but my focus is on my elbow. And again, it's that hang loose with the thumb on your navel, and you want the pinky on the elbow, right? Then as I hoon this, and they stay attached, I mean, yes, my elbow does technically come up in Bong Sao, but I have that structural integrity. And then these fire on center line. And what I would say to you is, as those fire, no matter which side you're on, you have the visualization that you've been doing in session 1 of Selim Tao. So again, you are not required to believe in Qi, but if you've been doing session 1 with the visualization, you know that line. So imagine that same, as you do the drill, that line that you visualize all the time in the first form, that's the energy that's kind of shooting those BUGs out. Okay, and I'm not getting metaphysical on you if you're like, it's not the energy, it's the electrical impulses from my brain. Well, you're getting a little, you're missing the point. Okay, because once again, if you are a skeptical inquirer and you're like, I don't believe in Qi, I don't believe in internal energy, cool. I don't require you to. When you do your form, I want, for the rest of your Wing Chun career, I want that visualization, a ribbon of energy from your navel, pulling your hand in, pushing your hand out. And if you do nothing more with session 1, you're an empiricist type, then you're getting the benefit of that. So I'm trying to, within this drill, I'm trying to kind of give you a larger context of why Selim Tao is so important. And remember, we're in the drills methodology. When we're in the drill methodology, again, here's your visualization that this stick is on my sternum and your sternum, and if either one of us turns, that stick is going to drop. In the drills modality, you don't have the benefit of angulation. You just don't. That's contrary to the point. So this whole thing is about, no matter which side you're on, is about, I went out of order, it changes, pardon me, here. It's, is about dominating center line through your mechanics that you're developing with Selim Tao and with the other exercises. Okay, so that's going to be one of our first drills in the drill section of our orange belt. Now, Sifu calls this family of drills Pak Sao variations. Sometimes I'll call these triplets because the rhythm is, for the feeder, 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3. That's for the feed. 1, 2, 3. Now, we're gonna have first. There's 3 of these. Pak, pak, ton. And this is the one last week. Please forgive me. I started doing it in the air. I haven't really done it in the air. I've always had the benefit of a partner to be able to feed me, and I think I demoed it incorrectly initially. So let's fix it. Okay. So left pak, right pak, and then right ton. Pak, pak, ton. Pak, pak, ton. So right pak, left pak, left ton. Okay. So the hand that does the second pak sao becomes the ton sao, and the hand that does the ton sao becomes the first pak sao. Pak, pak, ton. 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 So let me break this down. So let's start together, and so that I don't skip anything, because once again, doing this in the air is new for me. It's a new modality. Left pak, right ton. Right pak, left ton. Left pak, right ton. Right pak, left ton. Okay, so if I bring in Simo Jean, again, these are triplets, right? So I want you to understand what we're doing. So again, and I would say the same thing if we had a live Wing Chun class where we were physically getting together, you know, so many times per week. This is non-combative. The person's not even really trying to touch you at this point. It's more beneficial to think of this as a 2-person form, okay? So give me one. Pak, pak, ton. Pak, pak, ton. Pak, pak, ton. Pak, pak, ton. That's the idea. Okay, so thank you. I'll bring you back. Okay. In the air, that's what you want, how you want to make things. Right? Both of you, I've said this, hopefully I've said this every week, both of you are trying to dominate center line. The person doesn't have to feed you like this. That's wrong, right? Fist over fist, like the gear in a bicycle chain, right? Fist over top, trying to dominate center line. And your job is just to intercept and shut it down. Not over. If I go over, that's bad. I'm going to get lops out or something. Something bad's going to happen if I overextend. Center line. Dominate center line. That's why I keep going back to that visual. I've done it many, many times. This is the way I like. And when I have actual like 2 people, I'll explain it like this. You're connected by your sternum, stick to stick. If you talk and move, the stick is going to drop. Okay, so that's the whole thing about the drill modality. You don't have the ability to use those body mechanics, right? You're stuck. So that's pak, pak, ton. Second drill, pak, pak, ton, da. So let's just do it. It's so easy because high level people. Left pak, right ton and hit. Okay, and then it's the same rule. The hand that tonned, right pak, left ton and hit. So it's the same drill. You're just adding the punch. Okay, very, very simple. Okay, so if I bring Simo Jean back, all right. Yeah, triplets. It's all in the same family. So slow, pak, tanda. Pak, tanda. Pak, tanda. Pak, Tanda. Pak, pak, ton, that's the first drill. Go back. Pak, pak, ton, that's the first drill. Pak, pak, tanda. Pak, pak, freeze, tanda. That's the second drill. Okay, so pak, pak, tanda is the second one. Thank you. Bring you back in a moment. Okay. And that it's, again, we're not even up. If padding up and like the consequences for making a mistake is getting hit, we can't even see that right now. Okay, this is structural development. You can see how slow I'm going, and that's actually good because that's how I would develop somebody at that speed and that level of safety. So we're bringing the person up in a safe, progressive way, rather than, oh, well, they didn't tonsau, so you know their broken nose is their fault. No, like we don't want to approach things that way. Okay, so pak pak ton, pak pak ton da, and then pak 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 da. Now this one you are allowed a little bit of footwork, just not so much with angulation. So if we left pak and we right pak, we are allowed to move in. And I'm really working my seat ma or my C step. We'll look at the footwork, right? It's so I know my hands are off screen. Pak, pak, pak da, right? And then this would reset. Pak, pak, pak da. You're allowed, with this one, you're allowed to do that and come in, right? So left, right, pak left, hit right, reset, right, left, pak right, hit left. Okay, so you're allowed to have that kind of rhythm. And that's why I was saying triplets for your feeder. 1, 2, 3, they pause and they let you do your thing. 1, 2, 3, they pause and they let you do your thing. Okay, so if I bring Simojin back in, okay, so pick side, doesn't matter for you. It's still triplets, right? 1, 2, 3. Now reset. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so thank you. So that's the third one. All right. So again, in the drill section, Sifu has those written up as pak sao variations, pak pak ton, pak pak ton da, pak 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 da. And please try to remember, everybody, pak pak ton. I'm so sorry, I went to ton da. Pak pak ton, pak pak ton. No footwork, right? No seat ma. Just 1, 2, 2 paks. And I almost made a bad hip hop joke there. 2 paks, and then I know I deserve it. Conrad's shaking his head. I'm sorry. And then you're in, right? So pak, pak, and you're here, pak, pak, and so that's pak, pak, ton. Pak, pak, ton da is the same. We're just adding in the strike. And then pak, pak, pak da, you can reset, pak, pak, and pak da. Okay, so those are the 3. And again, everybody participating, both you gentlemen and everybody who's going to watch this, these 2 words, I keep honesty and transparency. So any kind of stumbling you're seeing from me, I'm trying to work this material out the best way I know how for people that might be working on it at a distance. And that's what you're seeing. You're kind of seeing me go through that in real time. Okay, so let's talk about our trapping. And this is all going to be pak sut. We're going to start with pak sut, and we can be in a reference point in the lead. So I'm going to bring Simojin back in. Okay, so and now you can just put your right side in front. Now we get to turn and use our when we get to the trapping section. So both of these are going to start with Pak Sat Da, all right? And so number one, when I get this rear hand barrier, whether she crosses center line or not, I'm going to sink this into a Tan Sao, and then I'm going to Pak on the inside and finish. So I'll start with a partner, and then I'll wrap up class solo, right? So Pak Sat, and see, I use my Tan Sao to open this line. I sink my elbow, and then my left hand Paks on the inside, and I finish with Jik Chun, vertical palm strike, right? So Pak Sat, slap and hit with the knife hand, right showing hand, left inside slap, and right vertical palm strike. So Sifu has this written up, stay here please, as Pak Sat. That's the prefix for both of these. This is open strike inside, right? So they start with Pak Sat, both of them, open, strike inside. Okay, so Pak Sat, think about your elbow as you descend that, right? So slap and hit with the knife hand, right showing hand, and then inside left slapping hand, right vertical fist. Okay, so again, he's got that written up, open strike inside. And I'm showing you, you know, how we normally express this in the curriculum and how Sifu has laid everything out as far as standardizing it in the curriculum. Could you, you know, Pak Sat, open, Chung Choi? Well, of course you could. Those things are all fine. Just the original version of this, he would always demo it with the vertical palm strike or the Jik Chun. Okay, so that's open strike inside. Open strike outside is I'm going to start with this Pak Sat. She's going to pass center line, and I'm going to thread this Tan Sao right here. And then I'm going to Pak and Jik Chun, okay? And for consistency's sake, we would always do both of these with a Jik Chun, but again, you could do whatever you wanted to do. So I know this vantage point, it'll be good to see it from the other side, and I'll do that in a moment. Slap with the left hand, right knife hand. She passed center line. Insert the left Tan Sao, slap with the right, and hit with the left vertical palm strike. Okay, so Pak Sat Da, Tan Sao, Pak Jik Chun Da. Okay, so change sides with me. Okay, so number one again is Pak Sat, open strike inside. So the first variation here, and I finish inside, right? So sinking this and finishing inside. Second one, Pak Sat, open strike outside. I start here, I insert, and I Pak and Jik Chun. Here. Okay, so she crosses center line. Insert this Tan Sao. Slap with the right, hit with the left. Okay. The only other thing we're going to look at, and then I'll let Simojin go here, and I'll finish up solo. For open strike outside, you can play with what I call contact and pre-contact. Right now we're doing it as contact. Touch. Freeze. This beat right here. She touched my hand. She actually, there's contact. Insert and finish. Pre-contact. I show her that, and then I go occupy the line, and then I finish. But see, I didn't actually, there was no contact like in the first variation. I just come to this position, boom, and then I finish. So those are some other, let's go to this side. Those are some other concepts for you with hit, again, what is his language? I'm sorry, open strike outside. And again, I want to be respectful. I just mean, I do that with my own curriculum sometimes. Like, what did I call that? He calls that open strike outside. So contact, touch, freeze. Her left hand actually made contact with my right forearm. Insert, finish. That's contact. Pre-contact. There. Finish. I never actually made contact with, I'm going to over-exaggerate. I drew that so that she bit and she went across center line, boom, and then I tied the line up with the tonsao and then I executed. Okay, thank you. So if you're by yourself, right lead, both of these, you have to pak sat da. Slap and hit, slap with the left, hit with the right knife hand. That's the way he's grouped these two really excellent little blocks of learning. Number one, or inside, sink this. You actually use that sinking elbow and their hand rides along with you. Then you inside slap the left and you jig churn with the right. That's open strike inside as he's written it up. Open strike outside, you start the same. Again, they push, if it's contact, they push past center line. So you're going to insert this tonsao and pak jig churn. Right? So 1, 2, 3. And you know what Sifu will do sometimes, where Simojin? What Sifu will do sometimes is the following. And again, honesty and transparency. I need to go back in the instructor library and see if he does this at orange sash or green sash, but I don't see any problem just showing you all, and we'll end the Wing Chun class with this. For open strike outside, Sifu does this kind of stuff all the time. You do it as 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. You do it as 3 beats. Then you do it as 2 beats. 1, 2 beats. Okay? And then 1 beat. And you just go. And then, of course, because he's magic, he does it like even faster than that. Okay? But that's the difference. Thank you. We're good. Thanks so much. That's the difference of the contact versus the pre-contact. And you can also, sometimes you don't even really show, when you're going to outside, you don't really show the knife hand, the satsao. You just kind of pak your way in there. But we will look at that. Okay. So excellent job. We will continue getting you everything that you need. I can end with this in 30 seconds. The 3-minute gates round here, you know, you have your singles, you have your chain punches. You're doing 200 punches instead of 150, 200 in 3 minutes. 150 was yellow sash. Now for your orange, you're doing 200. And you're doing, I think we started maybe on this, you're doing Selam Tao balanced on one leg. Okay. Oh, and I have my mats up, and this actually feels really nice on my hardwood floors. Okay. And the only thing that would be different is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you could just put that foot down as you end. Okay. But that way you're starting to get the basic building blocks of what an orange sash would look like. Okay. So for anybody watching, to formalize your distance education relationship with me and actually earn rank, please go to stoopsomalc.com. I also want to just get on this video. We are looking at the possibility of a special CLOT session, just a complimentary 2-hour CLOT session this Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, and I'll send out a link. That's Eastern time. If you're available, you can take it in real time. If you're not available, it'll get recorded, it'll get uploaded to the YouTube channel. So that's just something we're starting to have some access to people. We're not like fully open here in New York City, but there you go. Okay, Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indonesian, French and Dog Brothers, Japanese. All right, we're gonna end this recording.